Hello, my name's Maria McMahon, and I'm a British certified therapist. I work with people to help them to recover from narcissistic abuse. So in this series, I'm going to talk about 11 ways narcissistic abuse damages your health. Now, any kind of abuse, even in an average normal relationship, can have extremely severe consequences for your health. But when it comes to narcissistic abuse, that list is much longer. So number one is confusion and foggy thinking. And this is also now known as cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance came from the American social psychologist Leon Festinger. And the theory he had is that we have this inner drive to hold all our attitudes and behaviors in harmony with each other to avoid disharmony or dissonance. So when something gets in the way of that, we get this cognitive inconsistency. What this actually means is that there's two conflicting things happening, and your brain is struggling to make sense of these two opposing things. So what happens in a narcissistic relationship is your partner is behaving one way in the beginning and it's all wonderful, and then suddenly their behavior changes and they become cruel and hurtful, and you don't understand what's going on. There are actually two things going on in your mind now that don't make sense, two conflicting realities you've experienced with this same person. Now, gaslighting also comes into play, and it's a huge contributory factor to cognitive dissonance. And the way the narcissist behaves as the relationship goes on is to continue with their gaslighting and conflicting behavior. So they'll often love bomb you, then devalue you, and then keep repeating that cycle. So this creates ongoing confusion in your mind. Now, when your two worlds collide in this way and your brain is scrambling to make sense of it, this is cognitive dissonance in action, and it's incredibly harmful because it shows up as confusion, inability to make even simple decisions, and as I've mentioned, foggy thinking. And I've had so many people say to me, I feel like I'm living in a fog. Now, this is harmful because your emotions are being pulled in two different directions all the time. It reminds me of, when you were a kid and you pull the petals off the flower. Oh, he loves me not. She loves me not, and so on. It's kind of like that. You just don't know which one is true because either could be. You've experienced both. Very often, what you'll do is choose the nicer option. Oh, that person must love you, but maybe they have issues or mood swings, or maybe it's something you've done. But this just lays the groundwork for more abuse to continue. And this is how the cycle of abuse works. So your abuser sees that he or she has gotten away with their bad behavior because, hey, you're still there. You've forgiven them. They have free rein to do it again, and they will keep doing it. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips here to help you combat cognitive dissonance if you think it's happening to you. And the first thing is to stop thinking like that. Stop thinking that they've got issues, they really love you, and start writing down everything that's happening. Ground yourself in that reality, okay? Ground yourself in reality by stopping thinking that way and writing down everything that's happening. Write it all down in terms of dates, what times, what was said, what did they do, and keep this log, because this will help you on two levels. It'll help you to keep track of what's happening and how often, and the fog will start to clear because you'll realize, you're not losing your mind, you're not going crazy. And this is where you start taking your power back. This is where you start getting back to the reality of who you are, okay?